Welcome back, Mistdale. I hope you had a great Memorial Day weekend. This is Nick Howards.
And this is Martha Stearns.
Now, I know well as anyone that it's hard coming back after a long break. It finally gave you that desperately needed time to spend with your loved ones while you contemplated the thousands who died at various points in our history. Their sacrifice gave you the freedom to happily work your life away. So here are a few tips to help that transitional process of going back to your job just like any other day. Don't think of returning to work as a punishment. Think of it as a pleasure. How was that coffee machine while you were gone? Did that stack of papers disappear from your desk? No. Well, did it miss you? Just remember that while you might have gotten a vacation, your office had no choice but to stay put throughout the entire national holiday. Does that seem fair to you? I know that this radio station had to stay put, and it was very upset by our absence. It told me so. So just think of returning to work as visiting your old friend, your office, even if you are dragged back to your work screaming, "Oh God! Oh God, please don't take me back to that awful place!" Just think of how much you were missed. Also, think about how much fun that hours upon hours of work will be.
Well, Nick, I admit it was hard coming to work this morning, but with the help of that little voice in the back of my head talking about all the consequences of not showing up to work, I eventually caved in.
Oh, well, we all have our struggles. We just have to hope that the conscience will show us the right path. Just remember, if you hear the conscience telling you to do something, it's best that you listen immediately.
The strangest thing happened to my little girl a few days ago. You remember that she got into a little fight with Susan? Well, Kate decided to go against what the conscience said and stole a doll.
Oh, I would not want to be her.
Well, despite the warning, she went ahead and took the doll, and a few minutes later she was on the floor writhing in mental agony.
Well, it could have been much worse.
Yes, indeed, it could have been much, much worse. After the pain stopped, she gave back the doll and they made up. Isn't that great? Now they're friends again and everything is back to normal.
Oh, they are truly an example to us all. Remember, Mistdale, be friendly and always follow the conscience. And maybe, just maybe, we will win the Best Town Award again for the 13th year in a row.
In other news, the local animal shelter asks you to look into your heart and adopt a lost animal. Or whatever it is they found and are trapped in room 17. The animal shelter says it is really easy to feed. In fact, it ate everything that they brought in for it, including the dishes, trash, and that mysterious new meat product from the farmer's market. If you are interested, please stop by or call the toll-free number 1-800-555-9375. It's up to you to save these pets and whatever it is in cell 17 from sad, disappointing, and lonely futures.
Breaking news, everyone. Tom Casey just broke out of Mistdale's mental asylum. He is a very, very dangerous individual who came into town last year and is now on the loose. Just as a reminder, he has been labeled very dangerous and is not part of the conscience. Despite months of therapy, he does not accept the conscience exists nor responds to the conscience in any visible ways. If you come across Tom, please deal with him quickly and quietly. We don't want anybody to hear about this, or that might negatively affect our chances of winning the Best Town Award. This is very important to us here at Mistdale.
Keep a lookout for Tom, and if you have any new information regarding his whereabouts, contact local authorities immediately. Or take matters into your own hands, depending on what the conscience tells you to do at any given time.
Now for traffic. Streets have been mostly clear, but there is a buildup near the old steel factory, where, after years of inactivity, the smokestacks have suddenly and inexplicably started up again. Some of Mistdale's older residents are out in front of the factory telling the gathering crowd to go away and hide before the thing that is trapped in the factory escapes. Smoke has been appearing near other sites of interest around Mistdale. But don't worry. There is no source, and in fact no fire or any other danger associated with the smoke.
Still, I'd advise against breathing in the smoke because it turns out that smoke is harmful to the human lung and just does not smell good. Would you like to go to work and then catch a whiff of someone who smells like spontaneously appearing smoke? I know I wouldn't want that.
Recent reports now say that the mysterious smoke is changing color. It appears red and smells acrid and sticky sweet, reminding some of pork and burning hair. All of the smoke throughout the town is changed at the exact same time, causing some to speculate that there is some unknown source controlling the smoke, which is a ridiculous assumption.
Still, I would not want to be out in that.
Nor would I.
Nick, did you hear something a minute ago?
No, can't say that I did.
Hey, Charlie, will you go back and check and see if there's something that fell back there? It sounded like something fell back there. Okay, thanks.
I hope everything is okay.
It's probably nothing.
Probably not.
Mistdale, we have some great news. Our town finally outlawed all fortune tellers and any sort of divination. After multiple attempts by random citizens trying to avoid their fate, but ultimately sealing it through their own intervention, our city electorate finally decided to do something. Anyone found with tarot cards, crystal balls, tea reading kits, or with the ability to speak to the dead will be forcefully removed from Mistdale. Remember, this is for the best. Too many of us have been running around panicked after the latest apocalypse warning. Just a note, the apocalypse is scheduled to arrive on Friday at 3 o'clock. While these warnings have been wrong before, it is never a bad idea to be prepared. Nevertheless, these dastardly fortune tellers are no longer in our midst.
Well, I'm sure we'll all feel better knowing that now we are safe from all prophecy or any attempt to know our own future. This is just something that should not be known until it's too late.
Besides, knowing what the future holds takes away all the excitement from the little things, such as if your stock will rise in the next week.
Buying and selling stock based on prophecy is just superstitious nonsense. The only reason that the foretold deadly fire happened was because so many of you sold your stock at the same time that the Omnimart building got depressed. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Martha, does something smell funny to you?
Now that you mention it, it kind of smells like pork. That's probably just my lunch, though. I brought a pulled pork sandwich today.
Yeah, that's probably it. Oh, that reminds me. Have you tried the farmer's market new meat yet?
I can't say that I have. But every time I think about it, I develop this weird rash on my side. It's really annoying, and it shouldn't stop me from supporting our local business. But I just can't bring myself to do it.
You know, my wife complains about the exact same thing.
Well, we both like the same movies. Maybe that has something to do with it.
Well, that's ridiculous. You know, movies have nothing to do with our farmers' meat. Filming the farmers and their farms have been banned for years now.
Well, Nick, I was just throwing out suggestions. That's the only thing I could think of that we had in common.
Well, it's probably just a coincidence. Well, anyway, you should try it. I tried it last week and wow, they tasted great. After the first bite, I decided that that was the meat for me. It was so succulent and delicious, I would say delectable, with a lovely taste that would go with almost anything.
Well, I'll have to try it then. What's it called?
Well, yes, it's called I just can't quite remember.
Well, if you do remember, be sure to tell me, okay?
Well, it just bothers me that I can't remember. Martha, Charlie never came back.
Didn't he?
No.
Charlie, you all right back there?
Well, it's quite a shame. He was showing so much potential as an intern.
Nick, he's probably fine. Charlie!
Just the same, to the family of Charlie, we are sorry for your loss. Or that he has become deaf and has stopped responding to us.
Nick!
Martha, I've been doing this for a long time, and if he hasn't come back into the room yet, it's safe to assume that the worst has happened.
That is completely ridiculous.
The world is a dangerous place, and the sooner that you realize that interns and other low-level business positions are here to protect us from all the strange things that go on in our world by dying first, the sooner you will be able to extend your lifespan to an age where you actually might be able to retire.
How can you say that? Charlie is a human being. He brought us our coffee just this morning.
And he will be missed precisely for that reason.
Well, I am not giving up on Charlie yet. Charlie? Charlie? Charlie?
Well, Martha, it's been a pleasure working with you. I'll end this broadcast a little sooner than normal, because I no longer have a co-host, and the little red smoke has started creeping under the door that Martha just left through. As we said earlier, there is no source to this smoke, and it is probably not dangerous. Still, on the safe side, I'm going to run away like it was my vacation time and hope that they won't catch me until this smoke issue has been cleared up. This is Nick Howard's doing a show, or at least part of a show, with Martha Stearns. We hope that you have an uneventful day, Mistdale. Like all those uneventful days, we will be back. Maybe with tomorrow's news.